Hello guys, it's nice to be back. This is Stella on Dear Stella TV. Guys, did you notice I've changed it from Dear Stella EA to Dear Stella TV? It just sounds better. Guys, I've missed you all. I have been loaded and busy. I promised you I had a new book that was coming out, so because of that, I've been super busy. Before I get into it, guys, cheers. I'll bring you the good news about my new release at the end of the video. For today, I'm not talking about dilemma, guys. What I want to do, what just came to me is motivational talk. Just about getting through hard times, you know. When you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage equal to commitment for me personally. And that's what I want to talk about. I'm just going to give like super simple examples and simple things you can do to get through it. Because I see that a lot of relationships, there's a lot of struggle, guys, a lot of struggle. But you don't need to struggle. I just want to give you like tips. You know, I've been married for over 2 decades through the grace of God. So getting through hard times motivation, that's all this video is going to talk about. We're going to talk about like 6 tips. So first of all, I want to tell you something simple that you can get through anything. You know, a lot of times they say, oh, it has to take 2. It is not always true in marriage that every single day of every single year, both of you will agree all the time, or both of you will always be driving in the same direction. It's not true. That's impractical because you're 2 different people. So sometimes it takes you to like step in the gap and do more of the driving. Sometimes it will be your husband. It will be the other person doing more of the driving while you are kind of lagging behind until you catch up again. So that's the truth about marriage. So first thing I want to say, simple example is a lot of couples struggle with finances, you know, like if, you know, running the house, it takes money and he doesn't give you money as he should. I don't know the kind of home you are running. Sometimes it's the man that pays for everything, 100%. Sometimes it's the woman. Sometimes it's a combination. So let's say it's a combination. Like when we first started out in marriage, it was a combination, right? You determine the percentage contribution based on who earns the most, right? So you bring more of it. So if I was earning like double, then there's no reason to say your husband has to bring 100%. You bring maybe 60 or 70 and he brings 30. It's not forever. It's just for a short while. That's a simple tip. That removes confusion. That removes everything. It doesn't make him less a man. It just shows you are an understanding person and you are able to relate that, look, when times are hard, I'm able to support my husband, okay? Drown out the voices of the world that tells you that a man has to do everything. When God has positioned you, he doesn't have to do everything. That's the truth. And so when you do that, when you are able to do that, you share. If on the other hand, your husband earns more, right? Much more than you, and he's tight-fisted, he doesn't bring money, then pray for him. It's not time for you to be bad-mouthing everywhere. Nobody needs to know that you are paying for anything at home. Pay, and, you know, just talk to God about it. Pray for him to be more generous. If, for example, you have a kind of husband that forgets birthdays, he forgot your birthday like first time, right? Or your wedding anniversary, don't go sulking and crying. Just know that this kind of man, he's not serious about things like this. Not every man that is serious about birthday, depending on how he was raised. In some homes, birthday was not a big deal. Wedding anniversary wasn't a big deal. So he marries you, and in your own home, you celebrate birthdays all the time. When you come together, it's not just going to gel all the time. So you will now notice that, okay, so this year he forgot. Next year and the years after, he will never forget. Why? Do simple things. Like do a month to your birthday, do countdown. We do it in our house. You do countdown. You make sure you sensitize everybody. You talk about it. It's my birthday next month. It's my birthday next week. It's my birthday tomorrow. You do countdown. Give him a month notice, 2 months notice, 3 month notice for Valentine's Day, wedding anniversary, birthdays. So that say, I want this for my birthday. Give him like a list of the things he can choose from. So that way you are guaranteed of getting what you want. Don't leave everything in the man's hand. There are some men, they cannot organize and celebrate anything to save their lives. So they cannot help you. Do you understand? So, but it's not enough for you to be quarreling. Get through that with ease. I'm telling you, if he doesn't cook, if you have a husband who doesn't cook, don't wish for your friend's husband who cooks. No. If you can cook, cook. If you can't cook, learn. Learn online. Everything is online. Thank God we're in the digital age. Learn. Look, I remember when, let me go back to what I said about birthdays. I remember when in the beginning of our marriage, guess what I used to do? I used to make a fuss about my husband's birthday. I will order a cake. I will drive all the way. I will leave my job. During the day, I will go and drop a cake for him at work. He never did it for me. But I didn't hold it against him. But guess what? Years down the line, people change, you know. Situations change. Roles change. Tables turn. One day, my husband decided he was going to fly me to Ireland for my 44th birthday. So, can you see what I'm saying? Don't give up on your husband. Because he doesn't do it now doesn't mean he will not always do it. If you have a husband who has eyes, who has lusty eyes, that he lost after women, if he cheats, if you have a husband who you've seen once, twice cheating, girl, if you decide to stay with him, right, that's commitment. If you decide, it's your choice. If you decide to stay with him and you stay, please don't nag him. Don't. If you decide to stay, don't nag him. Instead, kill him with love. Write him little notes and tell him that your wife knows you are cheating. That should put a little fear of God in him. Pray for him. Pray for him because it's a bad habit. But don't go sulking. Don't go feeling like it's your fault. It's not your fault. He has a bad habit. He has to take responsibility. He has to want to change. You can't force it. You can't nag him to death to do it. He's a full-grown man. Do you understand? But one thing you don't do, don't feel insecure about what he's doing wrong. Don't let yourself go. Don't start eating out of stress or decide that you won't eat and become like a stone, like a stick, a broomstick. No, no. If you decide you want to stay, just kill him with love. Do your own thing. Go shopping with your friends, with your sisters, with your mom, whatever. Do your hair. If you didn't used to do it, do your hair. Look good. Paint your nails. Learn how to do makeup, simple makeup tutorial. Maybe in future, I will bring a video about simple steps to do, like just simple makeup tutorial. Just look good and feel good for yourself. Pray for him and wait until he changes. If you decide to stay, which I commend you totally. But let me tell you something. If you have a husband who doesn't pray, this is another example. I'm just giving you examples. Simple examples, everyday examples. If you have a husband that doesn't pray and you're a Christian woman, it's not the end of the world. Even though he goes to church or he doesn't go to church, pray for him. If you have kids, put your kids together and pray for your husband. Look, there is wonders in prayer. It is a golden weapon. I keep saying it. It is underused in families. The only weapon you have against enemy attack, against the devil, against temptation, against broken marriages, against anything that will derail your marriage, the only weapon you have, secret weapon, is prayer. It is free. It is an open line to God. In Jeremiah 33:33, the Bible says that, call on me in time of trouble. I will show you great and mighty things which you do not know. In Proverbs, it tells you that, the Bible tells you clearly that the heart of king, it is in God's hand, that he turns it like a river, whichever way. The God who turns the heart of king can turn your husband's heart to favor you about any issue. Learn how to pray, girl. If you don't know how to pray, whether you're a Christian or not, learn how to pray. If you're not a Christian, learn to pray to God that you want to just know him, that you should open your heart. And you cannot go through the full journey of life in a marriage that you don't know what tomorrow brings. You want to just leave yourself open to the devil, to temptation. There are hawks flying around. There are women who only date married men. You don't want your husband to fall into their hands. So what do? You keep your hand in prayer. Even when you think he's sliding, even when you think he's struggling, even when your husband is successful, even when your husband is a pastor, don't stop praying. And even if your husband doesn't go to church, don't stop praying. So this is my tip for you today, girl. Tables turn, situations change, roles change. Today, he's not doing all of these things. Tomorrow, he'll start to do it. I've seen it in my marriage. There has been like a 360-degree turn. And I didn't have to nag him to death for it. I just go on my knees and pray. Sit on my bed and pray. Be at work and pray. Do the same thing. And I pray that your marriage will be a blessing, that God will turn around your marriage. Whatever troubles you in your marriage, that the Lord will shift. He will raise a standard against the works of the darkness, against the works of the evil one, and give you peace and stability and joy and harmony in your marriage, in your hearts, in your family's life, in Jesus' name. Thank you for listening. I'm going to, I don't know if I mentioned it previously that I was writing a new book. It's out, guys. It's on Amazon. It's Mr. Stranger. It's a BWWM Coffee Girl romance. Look at her. She's a coffee girl like me. She's wearing a similar dress to mine. That's why I decided to feature it today. So this is the paperback, guys. I also have it on Kindle as well. So let me just show it to you on Kindle. Mr. Stranger. It's a very exciting read. Something happens in one night that changes their lives. And they go on this roller coaster journey that will keep you seated on the edge of your seat while you read it. It's a true page turner. And guess what? From the day of release, it was released on April 30th. And from May 1st, guys, it's been an Amazon #1 bestseller. Guys, just take a look at that new release. #1 new release on Amazon. I am so grateful to God for inspiration, for the title. That title came to me from God. Even the blog, the storyline, it's amazing. It's super exciting. Not because I wrote it. I dedicate the honor to God because since the release day, it's been top of Amazon charts till today, till this second I'm recording this video. So thank you to all the readers. Thank you to everyone who shared, and God bless you all. I love you. See you in my next video. Like, share, and subscribe. And it will be nice to, if you dropped me a comment, I will really, really appreciate it. You're all special to me. See you in my next video.